SoundCartel.
From SoundCartel, I'm Nicole Goodman, and this is Business Essentials Daily. Artificial intelligence is the hottest topic right now. We hear that it's going to take over the world, take over people's jobs and even our businesses. But enough of the fear-mongering, insists customer service expert Barry Urquhart. AI tools are here to help you connect with your customers or clients and boost productivity. Learn to use them and you'll have an edge over your competitors. After all, as Barry explains to Chris Ashmore, AI is nothing new.
We've been in the AI era since the 1960s, when there were mainframe computers occupying the entire basement of many buildings and corporate offices. And I think that's the sort of thing. You can't go down to a warehouse or a retail store and buy artificial intelligence because it's not there on the shelf. What we've got to do is to recalibrate exactly what we're talking about. Artificial intelligence is a concept. It's not necessarily a packaged product. And therefore, we've had the advantage of miniaturization, we've had computerization, we've had digitization, all of those type of situations. It's very much an integral part of our communication, our effectiveness and efficiency. But the problem is, the one thing that we've found in recent times, this insatiable desire for people to want to talk about and investing in artificial intelligence, they do. To a large extent, they rush out and they buy the capital equipment, the hardware. Where the deficiency occurs is the internal software, the capability of actually using the capacity. You can buy and outlay a lot of money getting artificial intelligence coming into the operations of a business, but where the ineffectiveness is there sub-optimizing the performance of the business is because the software, in short, the people, haven't got the skills to utilize what is available to them. And when people look back and reflect on it, there is a large amount of artificial intelligence that has been long-standing within businesses that have never been used or only been partially used. And all of a sudden it seems to be repackaged. And so it becomes generative AI. And they say, oh, we'll have some of that. Let's rush out and buy it. Not understanding, one, how to utilize it, and two, have they got the capacity and resources internally to be able to utilize it?
But if people did use it properly, it can help their business, can't it?
Incredibly, efficiently and effectively. But, and here is a fundamental issue coming from someone who has written the two largest selling books in Australasia on customer service. Technology and artificial intelligence is best when it is used to complement, not to replace people. When you are introducing systemized systems where it is removing the human quotient, particularly in retail businesses where it's business to consumers, 70% of the reasons why people buy from a product, choose a product and have a preference for a brand, a utility or whatever else it may be, is based on emotion, and it's the human quotient that is the determining and distinguishing factor. So when you have systemic circumstances where it is always about interacting with technology, there is a lot of emotion removed, therefore it becomes transactional. The relationships are founded or marginalized, and therefore the lifetime value of a customer is reduced to transaction by transaction, and that is an incredibly expensive, ineffective, and inefficient manner in which to do business based on relationships.
So the lesson really is that consumers are still looking and hoping for human connection, human interaction with a business.
Late last year, it was very evident there was a telecommunication company and a major airline, domestic and international, that had great problems. When you sat back and looked at the analysis from the feedback from the consuming public, it all came down to two words: customer service. The lack of customer service was very apparent. They could have the systems, they could have all the software, they could have all their data retained in the cloud, but at the final analysis, it was the long queues, it was the absence of people, it was the kind of the delays, it was kind of the rage that was going on in aisles and on roadways and that sort of thing, is purely and simply because the system talks to the system, but it has very little nuance and sensitivity to the emotionalism of the consuming public.
Mm-hmm. You mentioned earlier that AI is good to complement what we do, the humans in our business. Specifically, what tools can we use and how do we use them in a practical sense?
Well, the big promise with social media in particular and the cloud was that you were going to be able to get there, get information from all the transactions, hence the loyalty programs where some of the companies, airlines, supermarkets, hardware stores, department stores, they have up to 10 million members of their loyalty programs, and we have an immense amount of data. Therefore, you should have been able to look at that, retrieve the data, analyze it, collate it, and then be able to come out and customize the communication. The promise of the cloud and big data was that we would be getting less communication, better targeted, understanding what our needs and aspirations were, determined by our past behavior. Therefore, a lot of the clutter in a communication environment in which we have too much communication, therefore scanning is incredibly important for consumers. It's called selective perception. The average time a person spends on communication sent through the social media on any one communication link is 2.4 seconds. That is around about 9 words. You can't really get a large amount of messages out there if the consumers are saying delete, delete, delete. Therefore, what we should be learning from is let's respect that consumers are time poor. They may not be cash rich at the moment, but they are time poor, and therefore effective, purposeful and targeted communication will resonate and get effective, immediate responses from that targeted consumer who is either a prospective, a current or a past client.
Are some of these new tools, and they come out all the time, are they a bit of a distraction, and should we therefore be considering our long-term strategy, our long-term planning?
Many strategic plans lack one important ingredient, and that is to have a goal to plan. When you ask people how much of their time, money and resources are dedicated to strategic planning, they'll say, typically, around about 10%. Then ask the question, what 10%? And the answer is soberingly honest. Well, when we get round to it. So you've got to have a goal to plan, because contingency planning is we do this plan today for a 4, 5, 10 or 20-year horizon, but because things do change, plans need to change with them. And so they must be a dynamic force.
Any final thoughts on AI?
AI is not a new innovation. You could go back to the creation of the wheel, of the internal combustion engine, of aircraft, of Wilbur Wright and that type of situation. That's all part of artificial intelligence, technology and innovation. It's not an event, it's a progression. It's that sort of thing where you can no longer say, well, have I got a website or am I in social media? Today, bricks and mortar organizations and businesses cannot survive without the complementary multi-channel of communications being online and social. Exactly the same with artificial intelligence. This is not an add-on. It's an integral part of the operations of the systems, the style, and the people above all else. But you've got to utilize it very, very effectively. It's got to be integrated, and it has got to be very much foremost into your efficiency and operations, because as we go forward, the margins for error and the margins for profit are going to become wafer thin. And artificial intelligence can be a most effective way to increase the one thing that Australia is most efficient on at the moment, and that is productivity. Because you may not have a recession out there in 2024 throughout Australia, but when you go back to looking at what is our productivity per capita, we are in a recessionary mode. Exactly the same with productivity. We're not being as productive as what we have been in the past because we've got resources that we're not utilising. Therefore, first of all, before rushing out to expend money on new artificial intelligence, look at the internal resources that exist already, determine that you're utilising it effectively, improve that application, and then complement it with what now is newly available, and that could be generative AI.
That was Barry Urquhart, Managing Director of Marketing Focus. This episode of Business Essentials Daily is produced by the team at SoundCartel. Thanks for listening. I'm Nicole Goodman. We'll bring you more Be Daily tomorrow. Follow @BE Daily Podcast across social media and head to bedaily.com.au for more from the Business Essentials Daily Podcast.
SoundCartel.